Hello, Closeteers. Happy Thursday. This week our topic is very serious. I think you've caught on by now. Like, we mixed it up. Like, last week was fun, it was their week, but now we're gonna get back to, like, the core of what this channel is really about, which is dealing with the issues and, like, the tough parts. So, we've had a lot of really great videos this week. Carly's video was awesome, like, a great way to start off the week, and she's always really great. That's why she's our leader. She's awesome. Um, I if I don't know if you guys know already, but my I live with my mom alone, and she's gay, and so my coming out really wasn't that hard. Like, that's why I came out so early. Like, I was really lucky in that it was just pretty simple. I just talked to her about it, and she was like, it's fine. Like, you can do whatever you want. I want you to give yourself a chance to be. Her words were like, give yourself a chance to be bisexual, because I was really tomboyish, and it was more the way I dressed wasn't it. I had like body issues then, and the way I dressed was more like comfortable and like kind of big, and like it was just covering me because I just wasn't really comfortable with my body, and she just wanted me to be like allow myself to be more feminine, like dressed more feminine, and then somehow she thought that would make me bisexual. I don't know. She didn't know what she was talking about. Like, I don't know, but whatever. She was still like okay with it, and she was like all right with me liking girls. Like, that was fine. She still doesn't like that I'm more masculine, but like she deals with it. I mean, obviously people have much bigger problems, which is what we're talking about. So when you come out, before you come out, I need you to make sure that it's going to be safe for you. Like, come out. Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, don't ever hide who you are, but make sure you're safe. Like, make sure you do a little bit of like research, because like with any risk, I think you should think about it first and realize how your parents think, how your friends think, and then work your way around the situation to see what the best way to be in terms of coming out. Okay? Coming out on holidays, not a good idea. I disagree with that method, okay? Because that could totally, it could be a great day, but it could also be a horrible day. And I don't want your parents or your family to refer to, oh, well, '05, that was the Christmas that Joe ruined. Like, it's just not going to be fun for you guys. And I don't recommend doing it on a holiday. And I don't recommend doing it all together, like in one room. I don't know. I feel like you should come out to like little groups, like one person at a time, maybe like two at a time. I don't know if you should just like make one big meeting and just like blurt it out. I don't know if that's the best method for attack. Um People are gonna think what they're gonna think at first. Like, don't expect it to be great. Like, the way I've always dealt with situations, and I'm not saying this is necessarily like healthy, because it's probably not, but I always think of it turning out poorly. Like, the not necessarily the worst possible thing, but think of it happening poorly, and then when something good does happen, like, it's great, it's exciting. But I always, like, I brace myself. And when you come out, I don't think it's gonna be great. Like, really don't. Like, that sounds sad, but don't think it's gonna be great, because it might not be. And it's better to be pleasantly surprised than to just be like shattered and just like taken aback and just hurt to your core because of like what's happening. Like, when you think about it, like homosexuals, like that's the only minority, or one of the only minorities, where when you go home, the people that you live with aren't in the same minority as you, really. Like, if you're black, you probably have a black family. If you're like Jewish or something and you don't live in a big Jewish area, at least you come home to a Jewish family. But like when you're gay, like, you're all alone. Like, I'm not saying if you're black, you could be like adopted. If you're Jewish, maybe you're the only one that practices that faith. Yeah, that could happen, but it's less likely. Like when you're gay, it's like harder, you know. Maybe you're lucky and you have like a gay brother, or like you're like me and your mom's gay, but it's just less likely, and it's just so much harder, you know. But make sure you, before you do this, you have some good friends that know you. Maybe you have like an adult that you trust that knows and accepts you and loves you. I mean, your family should be behind you all the way, always. It's awful when people's families don't accept them, because that's your blood. Like, those are the strongest ties that you have. And for someone to reject you because of your private life, like your personal life, what you do, like, that's awful. Like, that's, first of all, that's none of your business, really, what you do in bed. Like, that's not your business. And to, like, reject someone because of their, like, private time, like, no, like, that's just disgusting to me. Like, it's just so upsetting. I just don't understand it. But I've had some friends where it's just not accepted, and they're just so hurt by it. Like, that's the one of the worst hurts, like, in the world. Like, to not be accepted by your own blood. Like, that's just, it's awful. And I think in order, like, if you're having trouble with your family, I think going to children, because I think oftentimes when resolving issues, like, children are the voice of reason. Because they see things without a filter. Like, they're so, like, pure in their actions and the way they think. Like, if you can teach them the correct ways early on, it's just hope for the future, and then they can influence other people. And I just think that, like, when you teach children something and it's like ingrained in them like that, that's a better hope, like, for tomorrow. Like, when you teach them that homosexuality is okay and it's gay is okay, like, I think that's just the best thing. And then they'll spread that to their friends, and then when they have a family, they'll spread those ideals in their family, you know. Like, it was the best thing in Christmas when I came out to my family. Yeah, holiday, but it wasn't intentional. Like, it wasn't a planned thing. It just kind of happened. Um, and my cousins were just like, "That's cool. Like, that's fine. It's totally natural. Like, it's fine." And that was just like the best feeling, because I was a little worried, and it was cool with them, and it was just great. So, you know, just to wrap this up, like, when you're coming out, be safe. Okay, holidays, no, don't do that. I just don't think that's the right path to take. And, brace yourself, but also know that your parents really should love you no matter what. And deep down, they do love you. Even they may do some very hurtful things, but if you have the right support system, and if you have people that can, like, talk to them, like, they will come around, and you'll be all right. Like, Alyssa's family, like, they came around. It took them a long time, and it took them so much longer than it should have, but, like, we're getting better as a people, like, as a society. Like, they'll come around, and you'll be all right, okay? So make sure you come out, and I will see you next week. It's almost Friday. It's almost the weekend. I'm so excited. It's been the longest week, like, of my life. And I'll see you next week. Bye, guys.